What's happening? This is dog Lil Jack. I'm with Dead Sharp Visuals. You already know. If it ain't Dead Sharp, it's dead wrong.
I been fucking around with shorty for a good couple of weeks. And her head damn strong, pussy wet, she a freak. Said she never met a nigga in her life that could compete. Now she fucking with the dog, had to show her I'm the beast.
Alright, you got kids, right?
Yes.
Alright, would you like your kids to do music or be involved in the music industry?
My kids, you know what's crazy about my kids? My son, like, he's 5 years old and he can sing. Like, when I do music, I'm a musician, so certain keys and certain notes he will catch on the music, and you just listen and you hear him hitting certain keys. So I really know my son gonna be able to sing. And I tell my son to freestyle, and he'd be on beat, freestyling or whatever. And then my daughter, she just turned 2. And Roddy Ricch song, what is called, a Cash App song? The Box. My daughter rapped that whole song, so I really think my kids is gifted like their father. And I was gonna get my son in the studio anyway. Like, I love music, and I will be down to put my kids in the studio to do music. But I would let them know there's something y'all can do for fun, or if y'all want to do it full throttle, y'all can do it. But always have an A, B, and C plan. But yes, I'm gonna get my kids in the studio.
All right. Well, how do you, when you have your kids in the studio, are you going to allow them to rap or sing about things or a life that they're not actually living?
No. Now, when it comes to, no, I'm not gonna let them speak about anything they ain't living. That's one thing I teach my son. Like, I have a good son. My son is 5, and he already act like he's 12. Like, he's not a typical 5-year-old. Like, I told my son, I tell him, because kids get bullied. I teach my son, don't let nobody bully you. If somebody hit you, you hit them back. And if you have to call me, call me. And then I tell my son, always protect your mother, always protect your sister, always protect your family. Like, one thing my son said, son, what you want to be when you grow up? He said, I want to be a police. I asked him that numerous of times, every time, and he'd be like, I want to be a police. I don't like police officers, but if my son wants to be a cop and wants to be a police, I'm going to make sure he be that cop and be that police. I'm not going to knock my son's dream and make him do something that he don't want to do. But when it comes to my kids is my heart, my kids is my all, and we going to be something. They going to be something in life, point blank, period.
Okay, so if when your son does start doing music and shit like that, how do you feel about a lot of the terminology that the younger artists are using? They be saying shit like, they refer to an extended clip as a dick. They talk about smoking on ops. They say shit like wipe a nigga nose, wipe a nigga ass, shit like that. Right.
Yeah, he ain't gonna be allowed to do that. And I'm gonna teach him everything. One thing about me, when my son ready to get in the lab and rap and do whatever, I'm gonna be like that P. Diddy and Jay-Z when it comes to my son. So I'm gonna be like, yo, that's the people who don't know how to do music. We ain't gonna feed them none of that. Mm-hmm. You gonna be on more of that national sound, more on positive stuff. We gonna do a whole different lane. So that's what I'm gonna teach my kids.
All right. Do you got any upcoming projects coming out anytime soon?
Okay, so I was debating, which I came up with the conclusion of, I never bring out an album. I usually release singles. I have 6 songs on air, and I always release singles. But I decided I'm gonna come out with my first album. I didn't came up with a date yet, but I'm gonna come out with 2 albums at the same time. One gonna be for the ladies, and one gonna be for the street / mix up projects in that one. And I'm gonna let that album go for one price. So you get 2 albums for the price of one. And I also into the acting field now. I'm gonna be doing movies. I'm in a couple movies as we speak. Some not been approved and they're gonna be on Netflix. I also got a reality show called Smash or Pass that's coming up. That's gonna be major, so I'm working hard, and I like to get things accomplished before I talk about them, because you know you got people who like to pray down on your downfall. Mm-hmm. But I have a lot coming up, and once the pandemic over, the show's gonna come back another thing about 2020, I posted I did the XL, whatever it's called, in Texas last year, and I posted I did Rolling Loud, and then me and Yarenzo posted I did the BET Awards. So the pandemic messed that up. So you gotta work hard to get all that again. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like starting from the bottom. Now you're here. You gotta get where you want to be at. Like that's why you gotta be different. You gotta stand out more. So I have a lot of projects coming up, and one thing about me, I barely sleep. Like I love my everything I rap about. If it's street, if it's female, everything I rap about is 100% facts. I don't put no false things on my music. So I grind. So I got a lot of things coming up.
All right, you got any shout outs you want to give before we take off?
I want to give a shout out to 2620 Labels. I want to give a shout out to Entertainment for Life. I want to give a shout out to Full Way Entertainment. I want to give a shout out to my family. I want to give a shout out to my team, Georgia, Vaughnie, Natasha, Big Rich, Big Rhonda, Smitty. We since we linked up, everything was like that, and we getting things accomplished. I want to give a shout out to all the features I have, Glizzy, Backboy, Sav, all the local artists. I want to give a special shout out to y'all because I don't really reach out to local artists because situations, but I got some good local artists that's gonna be on the album. I do music with local artists, and we got some fire. So, and I would like to shout out to any upcoming artists. Long as you got one fan, keep going, because you will gain more. I don't knock no artist. If you want to do music, find your purpose, what you're doing it for. But you already know. Shout out to Dead Shot.
Hey, and it's safe to say on your project that you got coming out, pretty much gonna be produced by Marsburg, and you gonna record with Jordan Costello.
Marsburg on all my beats. Marsburg and Street Empire. Marsburg, I probably make Marsburg more bank than anybody, but especially Jordan Costello. I'm in the studio every week, you know? But yes, I deal with Jordan Costello, and I just start dealing with Twin D, because how I do it, I know my sound. Jordan know me like that. I can drop a song in 10 minutes. The rest of the time be spent on mix and mastering. Twin D, Jordan Costello, but Jordan my boy now. Jordan my boy. I walk in Jordan lab, Jordan, I got it hooked up. All right, bloop, bloop, bloop. Jordan to tell y'all, I can finish a song in 5-10 minutes. If anybody else waiting, it's because the other artists on the track. So it ain't me, but we professional with it. But shout out to Jordan Costello, you know, shout out to Marsburg, shout out to Street Empire. Just shout out to you. I'm not gonna say try because try is failure, but we win. We win. Like the fans, the marketing here is small, you know what I'm saying? But we gonna get it. We gonna get it. Sometimes I love Charleston, I love my city, I love y'all to death, no hard feelings. But how I do it, sometimes you gotta put your city last. You gotta go out there, get it, you build yourself out there, your city gonna ride with you. They gonna ride for you. I'm telling you. You already know.
That's a fact. All right, bro. Until next time.